This video is a show me video, which means that I'm just talking about the player. The player looks like this. Has a number of buttons that control how you view things, how you start the station, and controls things such as recording and streaming. Right now I have nothing. And what I'm going to do is bring over the scheduler, and I'm going to make a number of programs. And I'm going to do Captain Midnight. These are all sort of 1950s retro programs, TV shows. And that's what I've been concentrating on, so you're going to get a good dose of this. So we're going to go to today. Today means midnight. The show is 30 minutes long. This block size 1440 means all day, but we're just going to do 4 consecutive programs, and we're going to go to the end of the month, and we're going to run every day. We're going to sort it by episode. You'll see that in the file we're going to play, you'll see an episode number, season 01, E08. If we do new clip, you'll see that this changes. And we're going to go ahead and add this program to the schedule. Okay, so you saw that we did it over a month's time. If I bring over the organizer, you'll see that we started at midnight, went for 4 consecutive programs. We did it for a whole month. And now we're going to add. You can see this goes 0, 30, and changes to the next day. So we're going to do something at 2 o'clock. So we'll do, how about Dragnet. So we're going to today, we're going to go to 2 o'clock. It's a 30-minute program. We're going to go to the end of the month. We're going to do 4 consecutive programs, and let's go. Okay, so now you see, if we show all, we have Captain Midnight goes from 0 to 2 o'clock, Dragnet goes from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock, and then we jump to the next day. Okay, let's do China Smith. So we'll go to the day, we'll bump it up to 4 o'clock. We're going to do 4 consecutive programs. We're going to add that to the schedule. Oops, I need to go to the end of the day. This will overwrite. So now we have Captain Midnight 0 to 2 o'clock, Dragnet 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock, China Smith to 6 o'clock, and then we go repeat the thing. If you look at the organizer, you'll see the same thing. So let's we'll do a nighttime program, and that will be Barney Miller, and we'll go to now, and we'll go to 4 o'clock. We're going to do 10 consecutive programs. Go for it. Oops, I'm sorry. We need to go to the end of the month. It happens so fast. So go to the end of the month. And you'll see Barney Miller starts at 1600. If you look at the organizer, you'll see 1600, and you'll see that it jumped an hour, which we didn't want. So this controls the spacing. So I'll put it back to 30. I'm going to save this, and we'll run it again. And you'll see we now have 30-minute blocks. Anytime you want to go back, you can hit undo, and undo, and you'll see that it's gone, and now we can do it right. So we'll add to the schedule, and now you have 1600, 10 episodes, goes a month. It's in season episode order. So we now have a, if I continued on, I would fill up the whole schedule with different things. And you can have a, let's say, we can do a, let's see, I would love to show Doctor Who, but that's sort of not right. So lights out, let's see. Okay, and you can see that it has stuff. It's a half-hour show, and what we're going to do is we're going to go up a day. So from 1/8, we're going to go up a day. Well, that was supposed to do up a day. I'll look into that. I'll go up a day. So this one is set for tomorrow. We're going to set the block size to 1440, which is a whole day. We're going to set it to today to start at midnight. We've set it to go for a block of the whole day. We're going to do by episode, and let's see what happens. Okay, so well, we just, if you look at it, you'll see that we just overcame everything for the 2 days, and you can see that we went from today to tomorrow. So let's get rid of that. Okay, so we will just do tomorrow only, and we'll run it again. So this will fill tomorrow with lights out, and you can see that's what it did. Okay, so this is a review of creating programs and scheduling them. So let's dive into the player. Okay. Now, some of the important buttons are, these are run controls, and they control whether you're in a sort of a manual mode or you're a schedule mode. Now, if I pick something like Barney Miller, and I'm going to turn streaming off because I'm running my other channel live, so I don't want to actually stream. So if I click on process from here, and you'll notice that these things actually have what are called tooltips. Something about the thing. So, and this thing has language. So if you're Russian, you can switch to Russian, and it all comes out in Russian. So if I process from here, it's going to start playing from there. If I do run next, it goes to the next one. Next one. If I hit run, it just runs that. China Smith. Stop. The click run mode is click on something and it'll run it. So you can see that these guys, well, stop, you can understand. These guys control everything. The run station button let me turn this down a little bit. The run station will look at where now is, and then if now is not now, in other words, you're 15 minutes after the hour and the next one starts at 30 after, it runs this off the air program. So if I run station, you'll see what's coming up, and it's like 10 o'clock right now, so it's skipped ahead to 4 o'clock, which would be this one here. So we went from 5:30 to 4, so it's telling me that I gotta wait 5 hours while this thing goes, and it tells you what's coming up next. This is controlled by this button right here, and if you don't want to run this off-the-air program, then you can turn it off. And what will happen is this will change and say start in so many hours, and then when that happens, it will run the program. And you have options down here as to whether streaming is on or off. So if I bring this back here, you'll notice that I have a thing called do not stream, and this controls when you're actually playing something, whether you actually stream or not. You can actually have a record only program so that you can set this up as a recorder. So what happens down here on stream always, you can set this streaming under program control, and you can hit this, which is a override switch. So you saw that when I did this, the streaming button started to go on, which I didn't want. Recording and recording not allowed is the same. So you can put these under program control, or you can actually force this. Now, right now it's not streaming. And things like YouTube, if you aren't streaming for a certain amount of time, your channel goes off. So this non-broadcast mode says, I don't care what you're doing. I don't care if you're running a program. Keep streaming, even if it's black. So if I come in and do that, it turns on the streaming and streams even though there's nothing there. So that keeps your channel alive on YouTube. And it's, obviously if you're going to be recording, you don't want to do that because you don't want to be streaming. You want to be hooked up to a URL in over here in OBS. You'll see up here that we have some status, and when I put broadcast mode, this goes on. When you'll see that you're connected, it's green. The connection is valid, which means that Casttor talked to OBS, gave it all the right passwords. Everybody's happy. Everybody's happy at camper. Live is red because we're not transmitting, and broadcast mode is red because we're not transmitting. You'll see that I use a salmon color, and salmon color just sort of means these are options. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's just that it's sort of in the default ready-to-use mode. Up here you'll see a thing called TV Guide. And what happens is you have the option of having a TV guide. And that means there's a file or files that have the current information coming up. When you actually change the schedule, it doesn't automatically update. And the reason for this is I found that when I'm doing playlists with 1,000 different entries and schedules, that it essentially takes too long to do this. So I make this in a manual mode, and you'll see that it says update EPG list. That's electronic program guide. And when I do that, it stops blinking because it's done this. If I let me get the where the TV guide is. I'm on the other screen, by the way. Be patient. I'll get there. So here's the TV guide, and you'll see some different versions of it. The YouTube format, you'll see shows what's currently coming up today and about a day's worth of stuff. And this you can copy up to YouTube, put it in the comment section, and you have a TV guide. If you, let's say, do 14, you can see that it does 14 days. If you do the CVS, this is an Excel format. So let's do this one. Let me make it a little bit smaller. You'll see it has the same sort of information, but in a tab type format. And the idea is that this isn't any particular format. There are lots of upload type of formats, and I have no way of handling that or knowing which is which and stuff like that. So this is your file. You can read it in. You can do some macros or whatever you want and change it into the format that you want for your .com. So let's get rid of that. No, I don't want to save changes. And you'll see also that I have a TV Guide next running program. Next 4 programs. And you'll see that you have 1600 through 1730, which is next 4. And it just so happens that when you run the off-the-air program, it has the same information, and the off-the-air program uses this file here, which Casttor makes when it starts. You also might want some more fun music. I've just put a bunch of free stuff in here, and some of it's classical and some of it isn't. The off-the-air program actually is a second program. When you're running your station, and you can see this is DCA-TV, you can have different stations, but down here under Programs, you'll see Off the Air. Up over here in Common, under Programs, you'll see the same thing. DCA-TV is my current station, and what you'll see is not programs, but you'll see timelines, and it has an off-the-air timeline. It has a off-the-air OV. It has a station. Let's see, where is it? Program, station schedule, and station ID. A bunch. This is essentially where the off-the-air program, and I'm going to be doing a separate video for all this, keeps its stuff. So it has slideshows. It has all the stuff that you're seeing. So essentially it's set up so that each station, these are the different stations, can have a different off-the-air program. So run station, it's running off the air. So let's do this. We'll open from Common. We'll go get this guy right here. This is the local cafe songwriters hangout, and we're going to change it to, well, let's see what happens. You'll see it's a 30-minute program. I will start it at there today. I will run it, add to the schedule. for today. And now you see that I have 30-minute programs running today. So here is the programs. You can see I filled it up for today. If I run the station, let me get this out of the way. If I run the station, run the station. Sometimes when you do this, running the station, it requires a couple tries. And you'll see that I now have 11 o'clock with the new guy. But let's make this playlist mode, and we'll just, playlist means just do the main thing without all the rest of the stuff that goes with it. So I'll do that, and these are obviously shorter. It takes longer because these are like 3 minutes apiece. Still pretty darn fast. Okay, so now you see that the time to start, time of day, is not 30 minutes anymore. If we run the station, you'll see it's 10:41, shows 10:46. And it's counting down to when it actually plays the video. So enjoy the music. I might cut some of this out. We'll see. When the off-the-air program is running, it turns off any recording that you're doing, so that if you have recording on, it only records the main programs, which lets you let Casttor shuffle everything, put it together, and then record something, and then use that for an upload to YouTube if you want. You can see the guide is now warning you again that the main TV guide needs to be updated. So we're going down to 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bang. Now it's running the program.
This next song I just would categorize it under.
Pretty cool.
Let's start with.
And like before, I mean, if you want to click mode this thing, you can, and it'll just.
I want you to imagine two young boys.
Well, anyway, it's called Deeper Well.
And when I run station again, since I'm now not at the right time, it wants to go to 10:46. I'm sorry, 10:49, and you can see what time it is, and you can see that there's 2 minutes or 3 minutes till it gets there. Then it'll run the program. So you can run this in playlist mode or regular scheduled, and you come down here, you'll see that China Smith and stuff is still there for the rest of the day. You will notice that in the organizer that we start at today, and we go 4 minutes, 7 minutes, 11 minutes, but what you'll see is these are only 30-minute blocks, so it only shows you one in there. So you're not seeing everything, and it isn't quite as useful as when you're running the 30-minute programs, or if you're doing something like a movie. So I can, let me get over here. We'll go down to movies. I'm sorry. Okay, movies, 75-minute movies. I break the movies up into how long they are. So 75-minute movie is, hour something or other. But so if we do block size 1040, we go to now. We do, let's say, 2 days worth. Run it on every day. We shuffle them. You can do it by episode, because you can see I have some phony episode, season 1932, that type of thing. So if we add to the schedule, it's going to overwrite a bunch of stuff. Now if we show all, we have movies, and you'll see that they're on 75-minute boundaries. 75 minutes, FYI, is hour and 15 minutes, and every 5 hours the time comes back to an even hour. So in between, it's 30 minutes, 45 minutes, etc. And if you really want to keep things on track, 72 minutes will repeat every 4 hours, 90 minutes, every 2, 60 minutes every hour. So it really depends on the length that you want to set these for, and how much you're going to get out of it. So what happens when you actually set it for 75 minutes, but the length of the file is 66 minutes? I'm going to create a program right now, and this is a report you get, and we've talked about blocks. The start block is S, P, F for fill, and E. And essentially what the F block does is it keeps on adding short clips, and these are movie clips, to make it come out to the correct time. So you have this report, and if I actually run it again, what'll happen is, because Casttor uses folders as suggestions instead of actually picking them out, which you can. If I run this again, you will get different ones. So it's really designed to shuffle and do a variety well. So let me get rid of that. These buttons just are navigation buttons. So go to now. If you look, you can see that it's gotten rid of the old stuff. Show all goes back to wherever you start. Go to the end, goes to the end. Just to help you navigate. Edit, you'll see some helpful navigation buttons. Delete all means just what it says, delete everything. Delete all, old all means anything that's earlier in the day. And there's no undo on this. Once you delete it, it's gone. So, and then you'll see move up and, I'm sorry, you'll see move up program list, move down the program list. Well, one of the things that you can do is, let's say you want to move this. You can hit, I'm hoping this works, control down arrow, and you can see that it moved up and down. And you can see it triggered this off because everything's changed. And you can see it changed the schedule times correctly. So you can use control up down arrow to move things up and down. If you want to, let's say, these things were created by the scheduler, and let's say you want to actually see what it's trying to do, you could click on, let's say, the last mile, and you can come over here to the scheduler, set it for listen, and when you click it this way, you'll see that it came up with what was scheduled and the times and all that correctly. So, King Murder, the death, see the death wish, 13th guest, 13 guest. You want to make sure that if you're not really using this, keep it off. That's really sort of about it. You can play and record. If you come over here and turn recording on, you can process from here, and you'll see it's recording. And you see it's So, in conclusion, the player is very versatile. It can play out, it can play movies, you can operate it manually, you can do a lot of things in conjunction with the scheduler. You can do things like longer movies, individual 30-minute programs. I actually have a whole video on using this. And you can not only create programs and do scheduling, but you also are able to look at a report showing all the blocks, all the things that it's going to do, and until you get your templates and stuff correct. This is a very handy tool. But once you get your templates done, and you'll find that there's some SD, which is standard definition, and then there's some 1080p ones. There isn't that many different templates, and especially if you're just going to run a playout, with videos and stuff like that, it's not a big deal, and you actually end up with few different programs. The only reason that I have Barney Miller without just not leaving it SD widescreen is that I can set the name of the schedule, and I can set the starting times and stuff like that, and then save it, and it's more convenient than having the general like SD widescreen. So here is SD widescreen. And it's basically the same thing, as just that I've done a save as to common. I've given a different name, and I've also set up the times and time points and days of the week. You'll notice that you can actually have it run on just the weekdays and not the weekends, vice versa, for church type things. So this is just an overview of the player, and I hope that it's good enough to explain a lot of or answer a lot of your questions. So that's it.